Hello, Tim from Fair Play Now on the 18th of November 2021, and for a change there seems to be a little bit of good news coming out of Australia. Apparently Desperate Dan's proposed pandemic laws, which would have given him even more powers, as if that demented nut needed any more power. He's got far too much anyway, but it would have given him almost carte blanche to kind of impose even more restrictions, etc., etc. Well, it seems like that is running into problems in their parliament, and that the pandemic law almost certainly won't be getting through now. And almost as soon as that news came out, lo and behold, restrictions are lifting in that part of the world. And I've seen a piece here by Sky News Australia. I'll leave it in the comment section and the description box below so you can see for yourself. But it seems that in that part of Australia nearly all the restrictions are being lifted, so that is really, really good news, and let's hope that it is the start of the tide turning down under. I mean, Lord knows they could certainly do with it down there, because they've suffered so much in these last few months, and it would be nice to just to see them getting a bit of freedom back, and not just temporarily but permanently. And let's just hope this is the first step on the road to getting that horrible man out of office. That would be really, really good news. And following on from my video this morning and that song that I talked about, We Will Not Comply, or I Will Not Comply, I can't remember what it's called now. But anyway, I Will Not Comply. And that is just the message we need to keep knocking out. And all the Australians protesting in the streets with that message has had the right results. I also believe, contrary to the news I put out a couple of days ago, where I thought that Tesco's Christmas ad had been totally pulled, I believe that's not correct, but I believe that what is correct is the little segment in it where Santa, which I'd never thought about this before, but Santa is actually an anagram of Satan. But there you go. That's just a little interesting snippet. But that little, on this one certainly was a bit satanic, holding up his thing. But apparently that little segment of that advert has been cut. Don't know for sure. And if you've seen it today, or you see it kind of after I make this video and put it out, and you see that part of the clip is still there or disappeared, I'd like to know. Leave a comment in the comment section below. That'd be great. But that has only been done because, again, non-compliance, people threatening to boycott Tesco's, and people just generally making their displeasure known far and wide. And it just goes to show, both of those bits of news just goes to show that we can have an effect if we just keep on sort of protesting and letting the powers that shouldn't be know that all these measures just will not be sort of tolerated. We've got a long way to go. There's a couple of good bits of news there, but it just seems like there's ever more bad news as well. We've got the whole Austria thing, although I think there is quite a lot of pushback there, but we've got the Austria thing, and we've also got bad news from the Czech Republic and a few other countries as well, refusing entry to the UNVID. and it just seems that for now the powers that shouldn't be are still determined to sort of carry on with their nonsense. And all I'd like to say to them is we will not comply, and to the government of this country, we will not comply. I think you are an invalid government. You've proven that by your total disregard of democracy and people's rights, and I will not be tolerating it anymore, and neither will many other people up and down this country. And to be quite honest with you, I don't care if something 10 times worse than this lurgy comes along. I still will not be complying with any more mandates, any more lockdowns, any more tyranny. And like I say, I don't care if the bubonic plague comes back, I still won't be locking down. And this lurgy is far from the bubonic plague. It's totally on the opposite end of the scale. And if the bubonic plague, you put it into boxing terms, if that is Mike Tyson or Frank Bruno, sorry, I don't know any of the modern equivalents of those, just shows you how much I know about boxing. But if the bubonic plague is Mike Tyson or Frank Bruno, this lurgy is an 8-stone weakling. And that just kind of puts it into perspective, I think. And I certainly will not be kind of obeying any more mandates. Not that you have to obey mandates. I don't know if you know this, but a mandate is, well, kind of the definition of it, if you look in the Black's Law Dictionary, is it's something that's put out by one party, but the other party, that is you and me, actually have to consent to it in order for it to become effective. So if you don't consent to it, a mandate means nothing. So that's an interesting little aside I came across just a few days ago. But that makes obeying mandates, you don't even have to do it. And believe you me, I certainly will not be doing it. Anyway, on that little message of defiance and non-compliance, as the song said that I recommended this morning, on that note, I'll leave it there. Back tomorrow. Tim from Fair Play Now. Thanks for watching.